Welcome everyone to our prayer journey with my Toth. What great hope there is in Christianity. You know, when I was a manager, managing a couple of different companies, I had a to-do list. And that list was full with so many different things. I had to learn how to do those in order because you could not get everything done on your to-do list. I would, be happy if I can cross off 50%. And then I took a course in how to really schedule, and I did get it to a point to 80%, and I always took care of the biggest things first. That's what they taught you in that course. Jesus, when he came, had a to-do list. And his list was extensive. Hundreds of prophecies had to be fulfilled. We're going to look at one today that I've never seen before. Well, I knew the prophecy existed, but I never seen the divine hand in it like I did reading through John 19 this week. So let's get to it. Here we have Jesus Christ on the cross. And he's in the process of almost dying, being tortured, fulfilling all of the prophecies in the Bible. If you want to look up one of them, look up Isaiah 53, read a little of Isaiah 54, and you will see the torture Jesus went through that was foretold before it happened. So in verse 28 of chapter 19, after this, Jesus, knowing that all things were now accomplished, he completed his to-do list. That the scripture might be fulfilled, said, I thirst. I'm tired. I thirst. And I believe at this point he might even be cut off because of the sin of the world that he's taken upon him. Now in verse 19 he says, now there was set a vessel full of vinegar, and they filled a sponge with vinegar and put hyssop and put it to his mouth. Then when Jesus therefore had received the vinegar, he said, it is finished. And he bowed his head and gave up his ghost. Jesus decided the moment, this is it. I'm giving my spirit back to the Lord, to my Father, and as we have planned, I'll be resurrected from the dead. He gives up his ghost. Now, this doesn't seem significant on the surface, but there is a prophecy saying that not a bone of the Messiah would be broken, that God would bear him up. The next thing that was to happen here is that the Romans would come and break the legs of all those who were still living so that the Jewish Passover would not be defiled. So we see here in 33 and 34, but when they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they brake not his legs. But one of the soldiers with a spear passed his side, and forthwith came there out blood and water. If Jesus did not give up his ghost when he did, if he did not return to the Father when he did, his legs would have been broken. And prophecy would have been broken. God knew before. We can't understand all things that are going on around us. In fact, the more I study, and the more I see in the Bible, the more I realize how little I know. It is frightening sometimes, but I thank God that I'm learning more the last few years than I've learned the whole 38 or 40 years of my being saved. So, until next time, think on Jesus. Let him increase as we decrease.